I'm just going to spotlight you, Mary, so you stay big.
Okay.
So
Oh, I
Mary,
look better small.
so Mary's going to go through a little slide she put together for you just to assist in everybody going paperless. I know it's a big topic at the minute, and obviously it's good for us trying to avoid any kind of contact if we don't have to. So I'm going to just hand over to Mary.
Awesome. Well, this is amazing. How many people do we have on here? 27?
Amazing.
That's amazing. So welcome, you guys. A lot of people have asked me to do this, and I finally was able to put it all together. And let's just actually bring it up and start to go through the presentation, because it's going to answer a lot of your questions. Host disabled attendee screen sharing, Layla.
Oh, why does it keep doing this now? It's like this new security thing. Hang on. There you go.
Okay, here we go. So it is really important, you guys, to be able to go paperless. And I think I've been doing this for years, and it just made sense to me because I came from the medical field, and we were already doing paperless. It says launching, Layla. You are screen sharing.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's it.
Are you seeing my desktop?
Yeah, I can see your desktop.
Okay, here we go then. Now you can see it?
Yep.
Okay, so it made sense for me to go paperless, you guys. Plus, when I started in this industry, I had 3 locations. So I was bringing all of their charts home and keeping them at my home. So if anybody called, I would be able to answer their question. Because if they would call me in one location, their paperwork might be somewhere else. So it was very difficult for me to manage having 3 locations. So what I wanted was a paperless system that didn't cost a lot of money, that was really convenient, and that I didn't have to depend on an app. So I know you guys are probably you're familiar with apps and you're very comfortable with that, and it might be an age thing, but I'm very old school. I worry that sometime the cloud might like disappear, or you sign up with an app and you put everything into an app, and then that developer goes belly up and there goes all of your information with it. So that's kind of why this was designed. So we're going to go through, and can you see the entire screen, Layla?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to go through it step by step, you guys, and this is going to be posted both in Layla's group and on my members library platform. So if you forget something, you're going to have all of this information when we're done. So in order to do this, there's going to be 2 apps that you're going to need. One is a PDF converter, and one is called PDF Expert. So a lot of you guys might already have a PDF converter. These are the only 2 things that if you don't have them, you would need to purchase them to be able to set your system up, okay? So there's all sorts of PDF converters. This is just the one that I happen to have. Your PDF Expert is where your documents are going to actually be in, and you're going to function out of here. So the first thing that you want to do is to create your data. Now, the nice thing about this system is you can create your data or you can import your data. So on this one, I just pretended that you were creating your data. So I just created this as if it was my form. Can you guys see my mouse, Layla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just created this just so it would be nice and big and you guys could see it. But if you have to create your documents, or if you're creating a document to go back for COVID, you simply go up to File, Oh, I'm sorry, you simply create your document, okay? And then what you need to do is create it to make a PDF. So you simply go up to File, Export, and PDF. So to create your data, you can use whatever you guys want. Some people use Word. I don't even know what is all out there. I'm Apple. So whatever there is in the iOS world, however you would create a document, it doesn't matter, because once that document is created, you can always export it to a PDF, okay? It's real important, you guys, I think, to make sure that you save the name at the top. And when I'm working on anything, I usually save it to my desktop because it's easy for me to find and I can always move it later. But when you're saving it, make sure you give yourself a good description. And, you know, sometimes like another thing that I do is the documents that I know I use a lot, I just put USE in capital letters after the name. So if I ever have to go up and search anything, I can just go use, and then all of my documents that I use all the time come up in case you forget what you named something.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm always searching through my computer.
I know, right? And I'm like, what did I name it? And where did I put it? And so I just say use, then I know it's important and it will pop up. So create your document, export it to a PDF, and then save it. It's going to be saved as a PDF. Make sure you name it and save it someplace you can remember, like your desktop. Okay. And this is the part, you guys, if you have forms that you're not creating, so you all have your forms probably already that you have your clients signing, right? The paper forms. So all you have to do is take a photo of those forms, and then you open your PDF converter. So that's the first app that I talked about that a lot of you guys may have some form of it already. So you open your PDF converter, and then that's number 2. So I kind of, 2 is 2, 3 is 3. So in case you guys are going over this again without me, you can follow it. So there's my famous cat. So click on your iCloud drive or your documents, you know, wherever you've saved that to. Again, I always save them to the desktop. And then see down here in number 3, this little mark right here, it says creating to a PDF, creating to the document. So once you bring it into the PDF converter, it's going to automatically convert it to a PDF for you. Okay. And then click open on it, and it will come up, and it'll come up as a PDF. So when you take that picture of your current document, it's going to be a JPEG. And when you put it into the PDF converter, it's going to convert that JPEG to a PDF for you. Is there, should I stop here? Is there any questions, or should we just do the questions at the end? Are they typing them in for you?
Yeah, okay. So if you guys have any questions, type it in the box and I will keep an eye on them.
Okay, perfect.
If you can't hear us, can everyone else hear okay? Yeah, everyone's nodding.
Okay.
Karina, let me know if you can hear now. It will be something your end, so make sure your sound is turned up. If you're using audio, you're not connected to like earphones or anything. But this is recording as well, so you can watch it back.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll keep going here. So once it's open you open your PDF, once your file has been created and it's now a PDF, this is the second app, and this is the PDF Expert. Now there probably is a gazillion apps again that do this same thing, and you may already have one. This is just the one I use, so it's the one I know that I'm familiar with. So then you search for your PDF, which is up here, okay, picture number 2. You search for your PDF. And again, if you put use, of everything of value is going to come up, the little tip that I use. Otherwise, if you remember what you've named it, you can search for it up here. You can click on My Files and you can look for it. Now you can also create a PDF in this app, you guys. I was just so comfortable with Mac and using my pages and creating stuff that I just would create my documents and then export it as a PDF. But you can create PDFs in here. And then once you bring up your document, then you're going to use the bar at the top. So this was just the You Are a Rock Star, the simple document that I created so you guys just could see it large. So it's brought up because I searched for it and I brought it up. Then across the top of the PDF expert, you guys, is going to be everything you need. So you need the 2 apps, and then of course you need something that you can write on, something that has a touch screen. So, you know, I use my iPad with the little pen. So some people have those pen things with the little rubber thing on the end, but whatever you have, it has to be touch screen so that you can write on it. And what you're going to do then is once you're in the PDF expert and you bring up your file, you're going to use annotate, okay? And then if you want to put in text, you click on the T and you can change the text format. If you want to fill it in, you click on this and then your little pencil is going to work and you can just fill in the document. Let me see, I didn't think about doing this. Let's see if so here's my documents that I have scanned in. And literally when you click on that little black pencil, can you guys see I'm writing? Of course you don't scribble, but can you see that? You just literally fill in their name. You just take your pen or pencil, whatever you use for touchscreen. If you want to erase it, if you've made a mistake, you just click on the little eraser and that's how you erase it. Oh, so you know what, you guys? I think I forgot to add that into the presentation. I'm going to have to add that in. So
Mary, what about if someone doesn't have like an iPad and a pencil? Can you type on it as well?
Yes. So if you use the text box, then you can type in it. Absolutely. I'm not as used to that, so it's a little bit more cumbersome for me. But if my my Apple Pencil's not charged, you can type in the box.
Perfect.
Yep. And then fill and sign, you guys, there's a few things across here. There's favorites, which you can save your autographs. So you can insert autograph. If you're texting, you can automatically insert the date. You can insert your company's name. There's all sorts of things in here that you can play with. You can edit the PDF once it's in here. So, you know, say if they didn't want to give a release, you could edit and across the top put no photo release or whatever you want to. But go into annotate and that's when you're going to be able to fill in the paperwork. So from there, you just do exactly what I said. You use your pen or your stylus, or you can click on text and type it in if you want to. The black pen, again, is going to give you your writing tool. And you can change the color. So if there's something like they have an allergy or there's something you want to note or remember in another color, you can also change the color of it. This just makes it wide. This is a fine point tip, and this is a wide tip. So that's all that does. So let's see here.
Just got a question for you.
Yep.
If you were sending it to a client to complete, would they need to download the PDF expert to fill it in?
Nope. So when you are all done sending it, you've got it all filled out. Up in your corner is going to be the 3 dots, like with almost every little application. And you just click on those 3 dots and then you click share. And you can send it to them. And what you want to do is it's going to come up and it's going to say flattened copy. And that's what you want to send to them, because the flattened copy means that they can't make changes to it. So when I send my forms to my clients, if they want a copy, because I have my aftercare instructions in here also, so I can just send them one of the pages or all of the pages. When I send it to them, I want to make sure for legal reasons that they can't change anything. You don't want them changing a date or an allergy or medical information. So it's going to choose the file format. If you send the original document, it allows them to change it. So you don't want to do that. You want to send the flattened copy and then you just share it. And then it gives you all your options. You can message it to them. You can email it to them. You can send it a lot of different ways. Okay. And that's actually, let's get to that slide, because that's the same way you guys are going to save it. So I have all of my forms together. I have the client information, which has if they're getting referral credits, if they've referred somebody, the procedures, allergies, all of that. I have a signature page, and this is just, you know, you guys, your local, state, and government laws, but they have to initial everything in all of my documents, plus they have to sign an additional signature page. And we include the price in there, so they've agreed to a certain price. Then I have my consultation consent, which goes over the procedure, what we're going to do, your complete medical questionnaire, your hold harmless agreement. Make sure that you have something in there that is from your insurance company. And then the photography release, I make sure I get a photography release on everyone. Now I've added the COVID-19 release to that. So it's just at the end of my documents. So it's all in one place. And when I no longer need it, I just don't have to fill out that form, or I can erase it. And then I just have a blank page for notes if I want to add any notes. So
you know, quickly, Ingrid's going to shut it off because she's not got a very good connection, but she's going to watch the replay. She just wanted to let you know.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So now you guys, you've taken a photo, or you've created your documents, you've uploaded them into Expert. Your client has been there. They're in the Expert. You've filled out all the data, whether you've typed it in or whether you've written it in. And now what do you do with it? So this is the part where I said, you guys, everything is shared in the cloud, right? So that's how I have access to it on my iPad or my computer or my phone, and I can access it from anywhere if any client calls me and has a question. However, the more you have in the cloud, the more you have to pay every month. And again, I'm always afraid that poof, the cloud might go away. And then what do you do? I mean, I've got thousands of people. I would die, literally. So at this point, what's that?
When you said the cloud might burst.
That's all. I've had nightmares about that. I actually looked at buying my own cloud at one time. So you go to your home screen, you guys, and you go to File and a new folder. And what you want to do is you want to create then a folder for that client. Now I just named this one My Client, but you guys, what I do is I put their name. I put if it's a correction, or I put, you know, if it's scar reduction or camouflage or skin needling, or maybe I'm trying out the new Tina Davies lip pigments. So I'll put Tina Davies lip pigments and the name of the lip pigment that I used after their name. just any sort of information. So you guys know how to do this. You can search and it'll bring up a category, okay? And then what I do is I have permanent makeup designs, the name of my company. I have a master folder. And then when this files folder, when this client is, when I'm done with that, when I've taken their documents and I've shared it to their folder, then I put it in here. So on this screenshot, you can see this is just a screenshot of all of my client, well, not all of them, but my clients' photos or folders in here. Okay. And then this, you guys, you should back up on an external drive also. So like another thing that I was talking to Layla about is, you know, I've been doing this long enough now. I know that there's unfortunately quite a few of my clients that are deceased. So I no longer have to have them on the cloud, and I no longer need to be paying for that storage to be up there. So as long as everything is on my backup drive and I know my client's deceased, I can just take them out of the cloud, and that just gives me more room in the cloud, because it takes up a lot of storage, especially when you do as many clients as you do, and then you know they come back for years and years and you've got lots of photos, befores and afters and follow-ups. It can really add up and take up a lot of storage. So when using the iCloud information, again, like I said, it can be on your phone, your laptop, your iPad, it can be anywhere. And then you can access it from anything. So I put everything into their folder, you guys. The signed client forms are in there, the photos are in there. When you guys make collages for social media, you can put those in there. If you're doing case studies using certain pigments or needles or a class, you know, include all of that information. So everything can literally be stored in their folder. And that's how you get, you know, a reasonable system. You just need your PDF converter, which a lot of you might have already. You just need your PDF expert, which is which you actually do the work in, typing or filling in everything. The one thing that I forgot to show you guys in here, I showed you the eraser, right? So what you do when you have their form all filled out and everything is all filled out, then you click.
Do you want to stop your screen share and then I can get your camera back up big so they can see?
Oh, sure.
Because you're only little at the minute.
Okay.
That's it. Perfect.
Okay.
See your iPad.
Yeah, so when you guys when we're going to pretend all the work is filled out, my skylight's coming in, all the work is filled out, and you click the three little buttons and you share it, remember, and you're going to share it as a flattened copy. So you hit share, and then you just save to files, you guys. So when you save to files, now I can search for my client and I can save her forms in her folder, okay? So then what you do when you're done is you take that eraser, just like I showed you, you take that eraser and you go through and you just erase the information on the form. So you always use the same form to fill out with each client. You don't have to like upload a new form every time. You just fill in all the information, save it to their file, and once it's saved to their file, you come back here, you hit the eraser, and it goes really quick. And you just erase their information. So you're not uploading that stuff every time or downloading it every time. So does anybody have any questions? Oh, Zoe has her baby. I can see a baby.
No, I think I've done them all as we went.
Okay.
So just double checking. When you send the flattened copy, they can't edit your form, but they can obviously write on it and fill the gaps in.
No, when you're sending them the flattened copy, you've got everything all filled out. And if they want some of my clients have said, can I get a copy of my paperwork? Others don't
And you
care. So
send them a copy of what they've filled out.
of what they filled out. So yeah, most of my people, I don't send anything but the aftercare instructions. But there have been a few clients that have said, can I have a copy of what I just filled out? And then that's when it's so important to send that flattened copy, because you don't want them to change something, you know, after you filled it out.
So if you're emailing them a copy to fill out, if they're not with you at that time, would you send a flattened copy or a normal copy?
I would just send it as a flattened copy so that they still can't change anything, and then they can print it out and they can fill it in with pen and paper or whatever and take a photo of it and send it back to you. So I would always send a flattened copy, because the last thing you would want would be to send them a copy to look at before the appointment and they change something in the legal description or whatever. So because it depends on how savvy your client is. You could actually send this to somebody and they could bring it into their PDF expert and they could fill it all in and they can send it back to you.
Yeah,
so my clients
actually just completed a PDF. Actually, I've just getting some new insurance quotes, and she just emailed me over a PDF to complete.
Yep.
And I could literally just click on each box, type in it, send it back to her.
Yeah, and you can do the exact same thing with this if you think your client is that savvy. I think personally, my clients are a little bit older and I want them in front of me, and I just take the time. I fill it out so that it's legible and I can read it, because sometimes if I have them fill it out, it's crazy. So I have them, or I fill it out, and then they just sign and date the bottom of each page.
We use Avatu, which is a booking system which allows us to email our forms out to clients before their appointment.
Oh, nice.
But I get some clients, like my older clients, that they then print it out and actually physically post it to me. And you think you only have to like type on the screen.
I've had clients do that too, where they just don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
so.
I think this is a brilliant way. Like if you don't want to pay monthly for like a Avatu, or like Cheryl's got her form thing that she does, but if you don't want to commit to paying monthly and you don't want the online booking system, this is a brilliant alternative and it doesn't cost you nothing.
And right, if there's no monthly subscription, once you get those two, and you'll use those two apps probably for other things once you get them creating documents. But it also allows you to get up and running quickly, because you don't have to, create new documents or any of that. You can take my cat hair. Oh my gosh. You can take a picture literally of your current documents and then just type it as a PDF and upload them, and you don't have to type anything. Or a lot of those online apps, I tried so many of them, and you had to adjust the form because it wasn't right for your business, or you had to fill in all the information. And then I did have one app, like I said, go belly up after I had all of my forms in there, and I was like, oh. So yeah, this year in complete control. There's no monthly fees.
Yeah, you back it all up onto a hard drive as well, don't you? So if anything happened with your cloud, you've got it all
when the cloud bursts.
Yeah.
But then, like I said too, because the more you store in the cloud, and I know you and I are in the same predicament, the more you store in the cloud, the more it costs you every month.
Fortune for iCloud storage.
Yeah, so this way I can just eliminate the things that don't have to be in the cloud anymore.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Kerry said there's one by word as well, where you can take a picture and then it will put it into a document. So yeah, there's quite a few apps out there, but a great way to do it. And you name, don't you, every little folder is your client's name, so they've all got their own little file, all nicely organised.
Yeah, especially if you do like promotional pictures with certain clients or whatever. I mean, that can be stored in there. A lot of, when I was looking at the apps, a lot of the apps also only allowed you to store so many pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, you know, they had limitations, where this way you have no limitations. You can put anything in that folder that you want to put in it.
Yeah. I
So
remember actually when we was talking about the disclaimers of photos, like if a client doesn't want their photos on media, you've got a note there as well, haven't you? So it's easy for you to know which ones you can upload and which you can't upload.
yeah, yeah. Right after their name, you know, I put like no release if I don't have a photography release. And, you know, I have certain keywords that I search for all the time. And so if I type the word use, like I said, my documents come up. If I type the word release, I know who I don't have a release on immediately. You know, if I want to just look at lip clients, I type the word lip because I've included lip in their folder. If I want to look at eyebrows, or if I want to look at eyeliner. So as you kind of do it, the longer you do it, the more you're like, oh, I need to know that. And then it's just easy to go back to.
Amazing. I wish Katie was on here right now because you could be getting her onto some organisation on my computer.
Well, and if you're, a lot of times my clients will send me photos after, like, hey, Mary, you know, this is how I'm healing. Is this correct? Or there's a little spot here or there, you know, and I just put it into their folder. But if I want to respond back to them, I can take what they've sent me, put it in, convert it to a PDF, put it into that expert, and I literally have drawn on their photos, or and then sent it back like, this is fine, don't worry. So it gives you, you know, a lot of options to be able to communicate back and forth like that, because you can do this with any, literally any document, any photo, anything. So you can respond back to them also.
Yeah, perfect. Clara said, how do you lock the info that you save for confidentiality? I think for data protection over here, as long as your computer or iPad, whatever device has got access to it, is password protected, then we are normally covered for that. So as long as everything's password protected, it should be fine. Is that the same over there, Mary?
Yeah, everything is password protected. I mean, my computer, my iPad, my phone, everything is password protected, so nobody could get into it. And, you know, the backup drive, they'd have to come into my house and steal it, and that's password protected too. I mean, I feel like my stuff is safer actually than the cloud.
You don't trust them clouds at all, do you?
I don't. But again, that's password protected too. So
yeah, yeah. Melissa says you can buy secure hard drives as well to save your files on that are GDPR compliant.
yeah, and the last one that I bought was like that, and I have so much data that it encrypted it all. So even if somebody did steal it and get my password, they still couldn't get the encrypted data without another key. But boy, that took a long time to download because it encrypted every single file, photo. I mean, that was a process.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
So,
amazing. So if anyone's got any other questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. But hopefully, for those of you that don't want to commit to like monthly subscriptions for forms and things, it is another opportunity, and it's a great way of saving space. It was the best thing I ever done going online with my forms.
yeah, it's once you do it a couple times too, it's really a simple process, especially if you don't have to type up your documents, take a photo.
Oh, that's amazing.
In there.
It took me days creating all of my forms on Avato. So yeah, that's
yeah, so you don't have to redo that. You don't have to retype anything.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Melissa said thank you. It's very good information.
Oh, you're welcome. Good, good.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. So
oh, you're welcome, Laura. Okay, I can see the little messages popping up down.
I'm reading them to you, but you can see them.
Yeah, thank you, Zoe. You have an adorable baby.
Getting a bit of sunshine. I've been in on here on Zoom all day, and I'm here all evening. It's like I'm days today.
Oh, you're welcome, Lisa. You're welcome, Julie. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so we will let you, you're welcome, Michelle. We will let you get back to your day full of Zoom, and this has been recorded, so they will be able to get to the information. And again, as always, if you guys have any questions, you know, you can always reach out to me. I am going back to work next week, so I may not. Yes, I'm so excited. So I may not be as responsive. You know, it may take a couple hours for me to get back to you, but I will definitely get back to you.